So, Bob, when your offense is going stagnant, I mean, I don't know, answers, what do you try to do? Is there anything you can do?
We didn't run offense. We have been above average defensively. Our offense hasn't been good for quite a while, and so you try to fix it. I went through and watched a whole bunch of years of our former guys and how they got open and why they got open and what we ran. So we try to put some of that in. The reality is they didn't run that either. It's and I'm not blaming them. I would make sure you understand it's my fault. I mean, it's my fault. I'm in charge of fixing it, and I didn't fix it. But you know, growing up, my dad always talked to me about my attitude. Your attitude. I'm like, man, leave me alone. You know. When your attitude goes, your game goes. I mean, you can see that from the NBA down. We have guys who aren't the same people. I mean, for that matter, I'm not sure I am. And again, I'm not trying to blame them.
So you said you have to fix it. What are the fixes? Is it something you can do this year?
We have to run offense, Greg. We have to run offense. We don't run offense. You know, we told them these guys run great offense. Porter did a great job of bringing in guys who had basketball skills. We're thinking probably way too much that we had to get some athletes in here to compete with the Baylors and the Kansases and so forth and so on, who obviously lack skill. So they've got a bunch of guys that, I'm not saying they're bad athletes, but they're very skilled basketball players. They pass it, they catch it. If you've watched this much, we do very little of either one. I started last week I think I told you guys this in one of the media sessions. I mean, I started a tips, taps, and wraps, and we missed 11 one-footers. So I thought, dang on, I got to fix that. And so I think it helped. We're still not near where we need to be, but it helped. Passing is the one skill that's really hard to master. Really hard to master. And when you can't do it and you've never done it, and now you're playing at a very high level, it's next to impossible. So, you got to fix it somehow.
Going back to the attitude, you said some of your players are not what they were. Do you mean what you thought they were recruiting, what they were at the start of the year? What they
I think at the start of the year. Yeah, I think at the start of the year. Charles Swindoll gave a unbelievable speech about your attitude. how important attitude is and how dangerous it is to not have the right one. And as he said, it has destroyed schools, it's destroyed coaches, it's destroyed churches, it's destroyed virtually everything if you don't have the right attitude.
How do you go about fixing it, Bob, or is it just something that individuals have to do themselves?
Brother, I'm not any smarter than you are. So I mean, the honest to God's truth is you cut it out. Which I really don't want to do, you know. But if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. You know, we've did that before here, and it worked out pretty good. And the guys that got cut were guys that had bad attitudes, but were very talented guys. They destroyed destroyed the core of our team. Can't do that, man.
You can't hit the free agent wire.
Pardon?
You can't hit the free agent wire. Do you dig deeper onto your roster and some players that haven't gotten out there, or do you continue to work on the what, changing that?
I just apologized to 2 freshmen that had a great week, and we didn't play them. You know, it's kind of like you play them. It's kind of like you've given up. But the reality is, I'm not sure we wouldn't have been better with them in the game. We're probably going to find out here real quick. They had really good weeks, and actually, they beat the guys who played. You know, they were on the second team running the stuff that we needed to guard, and they destroyed those guys. And I'm not trying to blame anybody or pick on anybody. It's my job. I'm the one supposed to fix it.
Talking James and Seth, only 2 freshmen didn't play. James and Seth, it's only 2 freshmen didn't play.
Seth played terrific, and James was hurt.
I mean, in practice, this week they didn't play.
Yeah, he was hurt.
Okay.
Fell down, was hurt. You know, I just told him in there. You know, everybody was like, and I hate to go back to this, but you know, when I was at Cincinnati, I had guys that, I mean, they didn't get hurt. It wasn't acceptable. And I had to get rid of some guys there that just wouldn't do right. And when they were gone, we were so much better. So much better. I don't know. Maybe that's the way with coaches sometime, you know. Maybe you get another one. I don't know. All I know is I'm gonna do my best. I know how important Mountaineer basketball is to the people in the state of West Virginia. We've had, before this point, we've averaged over 11,000 people in here. That's never happened here before. In a preseason on, that's never happened. That early. It's never happened. So I understand. You know, I understand. And I understand how important it is, and I understand how much they plan their schedules around it. And I apologize to them.
If I can continue there, Bob, you've talked up 2 freshmen there. I was trying to figure out who those guys were.
I know. I was going to see how smart you were.
I was trying to do the math. I'd have a follow-up.
Let's see if they... Well, Jamel got in a little bit, but not much. He got in a minute and 52. He was really good. They're not defensively, quite where they need to be yet, but
Was Saturday good for you? Kind of get away, get out of the Big 12, try somebody new that doesn't know you as well, or is it just, hey, you got to get one, doesn't matter who?
I guess if you like 16,000 people yelling and screaming at you, I guess it's probably just a hell of a thing, Personally, I don't really care for it, but I don't know, Mike. We got to fix us. We spent too much time on them, but man, we did spend a bunch of time on them, but then their first 8 points are layups. They did everything that we told our guys they were going to do.
Anything else?
One more clarification on the attitude thing. You said maybe yours is a little different, changed, whatever, too. Is that something you look at for yourself, or is a loss enough to give you that kick to re-examine, be remotivated?
I go to practice. I go to practice every day. Trying to do the best job I can and try to figure out how to fix what's not working and how to get better. I mean, we end up in a ball all the time. We got guys running into each other, running in the lane, standing in the lane. The stuff that we've ran for a long time has been very good to us. The stuff that took us to the Final Four, that we were able to spread Kentucky out and cut them and curl them, and you have to be able to make jump shots to do that. And I've said this a lot of times. I mean, the key to that was Wellington Smith. When Wellington Smith started to shoot the ball for us, now we had 5 guys out there, or 4, and Joe. And then Joe got healed up enough that he could make a few, and now they got to come guard us. They can't stand in the lane. They got to come out and get us, and we cut them up when they come out to get us. But you got to have some guys who can handle it. You have to have some guys who can pass it